You're watching American Wire. Matt Gaetz puts this snobby professor in her place when she tries to interrupt him. Check out how he does it.
Professor Carlin, you gave $2,000, or you gave $1,000 to Elizabeth Warren, right?
I believe so.
You gave $1,200 to Barack Obama?
I have no reason to question that.
And you gave $2,000 to Hillary Clinton?
That's correct.
Why so much more for Hillary than the other two?
Because I've been giving a lot of money to charity recently because of all of the poor people in the United States.
Well, those aren't the only folks you've been given to. Now, have you ever been on a podcast called Versus Trump? Right.
I think I was on a live panel that the people who ran the podcast called Versus Trump.
On that, do you remember saying the following? Liberals tend to cluster more. Conservatives, especially very conservative people, tend to spread out more. Perhaps because they don't even want to be around themselves. Did you say that?
Yes, I did.
Do you understand how that reflects contempt on people who are conservative?
No, what I was talking about there was the natural tendency, if you put the quote in context, the natural tendency of a compactness requirement to favor a party whose voters are more spread out.
Well,
and I do not have contempt for conservatives.
I'm very limited on time, Professor. And so I just have to say, when you talk about how liberals want to be around each other and cluster, and conservatives don't want to be around each other, and so they have to spread out, it makes people, you may not see this from, like the ivory towers of your law school, but it makes actual people in this country
when
feel
the president
excuse
calls
me, you don't get to interrupt me on this time. Now, let me also suggest that when you invoke the president's son's name here, when you try to make a little joke out of referencing Barron Trump, that does not lend credibility to your argument. It makes you look mean. It makes you look like you're attacking someone's family, the minor child of the President of the United States. So let's see if we can get into the facts. To all of the witnesses, if you have personal knowledge of a single material fact in the Schiff report, please raise your hand. And let the record reflect no personal knowledge of a single fact. And you know what? That continues on the tradition that we saw from Madam Schiff.
I just love how Matt put her in her place. You could tell that she was, even the way she was sitting and projecting herself and in her comments, she was definitely sitting on a high pedestal and thinking that she was so above him and she was going to take control over the conversation that they were having, the debate that they were having. And Matt's like not even having it. Like, you don't get to interrupt me, he says. But I just love how she was trying to, kind of justify what she said and how she said it as if it was okay, because it was okay for her to say what she said. And he's like, I don't think so. You sit there on your high, chair and pedestal, whatever I'm paraphrasing, whatever he said, thinking that you are just better than all. And it's not true. And when he went into the podcast that she was in, the point that he was trying to make at the end, when he started to list all these things that are not true, is she was just saying lies. She was in this conversation with other Democrats, saying one lie after another. And he was able to pick all those things that they were saying and say, that's a lie, that's a lie, that's a lie. And nowhere in their conversation do they ever come out and say how Trump says no quid pro quo. He said no. He doesn't want any favors. He does not want any favors. But no, that's not supporting their narrative. So, Matt just went off on her for doing what she did. Good for him.